Mirror's Edge is all about Faith, a great character, based in a city that's really changed over the last few years. Basically, the city has become very controlled. It's what we kind of call a nanny state, and it's kind of gone a step too far. So all communication is monitored. There's big environmental laws, high taxes on transportation. People aren't necessarily fully free to move. But so what people have done is they've given up some of their basic freedoms for a very comfortable life. It's a very safe city. But part of the society of the city sort of reacted to that, and they've kind of been pushed to the edge of society. And what's happened is that they would like free communication, so they use what we call runners. And Faith is a runner, and what that is basically a messenger whose communication is not monitored. They pass messages from one place to the other. And Faith got into this one she was kind of out on the streets. She'd broken into a guy's house called Mercury, who is the voice that you hear in the game. He kind of liked her, saw something in her, and sort of took her under his wing and showed her sort of fundamentals of being a runner through the business that he'd really sort of risen into. We really wanted to create something very different. The big thing with Mirror's Edge was we wanted to, whenever you see a screenshot, you know it's Mirror's Edge. It feels very different, it feels very fresh, and really sort of have changed sort of first-person gaming. We based it on movement. The freedom of choice within the game, I think, is one of the beauties of the game. It's not a full open world, and that was a very specific choice that we made, conscious decision. What we've done is created levels with many different routes through them, multiple choices of how to get to a certain point. A really important thing for us was and this is why we went first person, was that the game was played out through the eyes of Faith. She sees things differently. So when you see the world, you'll see red objects. That's what we call runner vision. So those are the things that she sees in the world that she could use. The game itself is sort of a linear story. We drive you through the story. You're free to go back and play any level that you've previously played. And you can go and find new ways, and there'll be real benefits to that. So it's really a linear story with lots of choices, huge choices within every level. You can actually go through the whole game without engaging in combat, and there's an achievement for that. But to actually engage an enemy, there's a melee combat, which is the R2 button. You also have the reaction time, so you can kind of slow down time. You can disarm an opponent. There's a visual cue when his gun goes red. You can press the triangle button to try and grab his weapon and disarm them. You then take that weapon and you can shoot any other enemies that are in the vicinity. The other thing is you're not going to carry weapons along with you because they stop you from jumping. They weigh you down because they're heavy, and therefore Faith just can't be as agile. So there's this full story that will drive you through the game. We're not going to go into the details of that right now, but there'll be lots of different characters that you'll interact with along the way, potentially other runners, but lots of different characters as you progress through the story. The big thing for us is just, for me personally, is just looking at the game and, we've created something that's easy to pick up and play, but it takes you a while to master. And it's just the most incredible feeling when you just nail it through a level. You get all the moves right, you jump, you keep that momentum and that flow going through the entire level. Obviously I've played the game a hell of a lot, and it still gives you a real buzz when you get that level just right. I think that's the great thing about the game, is you progress as your skills progress. You just can keep continuing and getting better and better. Mirror's Edge will be released on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 and on PC, and it will be available later on this year.
Stay